From the headset cameras, we can detect the position of the wrists, elbows, shoulders, and torso joints. This allows us to create a much more natural and accurate tracking system. Using IOBT makes a huge difference in advanced motions like jumping jacks, shoulder presses. Notice that in this video, when you exercise in motions like jumping jacks, the hands and the body follow the natural motion even when they are out of view. It also helps in sports motions like tennis or shooting a basketball, where the arms and hands go out of view or suffer from occlusion. Tackling hand tracking loss also leads to a big improvement in social experience. You will now be able to drive your character with your own motions more naturally. You can walk around, cross your arms, or even say a big hi without having to worry about your character losing tracking. IOBT also provides more natural tracking of elbows and torso. Notice that when the actor bends forward, the character on the right really leans forward. Leaning to the side is tracked naturally instead of the character moving sideways. Elbow movements and even elbow strikes are now tracked well. After discussing upper body, now I'd like to introduce Vibor, who is going to talk to you about legs.
We really wanted legs to be something that are available to all users. And with the recent advancements in AI, we think we can do this without any additional hardware or user friction. We call this approach generative legs. Generative legs use the information of your upper body combined with cutting edge AI to generate what your lower body might be doing. This approach works with 3-point body tracking and also with inside out body tracking. You can see the natural leg movement in common social poses like standing, sitting, or walking. You can see how naturally the character moves. It can also do advanced fitness motions like jumping, ducking, or even squatting. It also works well for upper body-led sports like boxing, table tennis, or even cricket. The AI that we've built for this provides much more natural and human-like results than using IK-based approaches which provide rigid and wooden-like legs. Now we want to be very clear. These are generated legs and not actually tracked legs. That means if you're doing something that cannot be guessed from your upper body motion, the legs will not actually reflect the actual motion. As you can see, when the actor lifts his leg, the character does not reflect this movement. Similarly, while sitting and crossing your legs, the motion isn't reflected. Now, despite its limitation, we believe generative legs will take full body experiences to a vast majority of users due to no additional cost and no user friction. We are excited to share that generative legs will be available on MetaQuest 3, MetaQuest Pro, and even MetaQuest 2.
We've also created a reference game which has a much higher quality of production. It shows you the dynamic gameplay made possible by inside-out body tracking and generative legs. In this level, the user is playing dodgeball and avoiding the red balls that are flying at them. The trick is to dodge these balls at the same time as you block the soccer balls. The gameplay requires the user to bend at the waist, squat, and move side to side. Please focus on how natural the gameplay looks as they dodge into a squat or contort to avoid a ball. Let's watch. Next, I'd like to show you a trailer of Swordsman, a VR game designed to emulate real-world swordsplay from a team dedicated to creating immersive combat experience. Hear from Alex Sin, the CEO of Sin Studio, about Presence Platform's Movement SDK in Swordsman. They're using inside-out body tracking and generative legs in Swordsman VR. This is a really fun game that allows you to fight in a gladiator-style combat.
Don't be fooled by these arms. This goes far beyond hand tracking. These are my real arms in virtual medieval armor, with the kind of lifelike output we get by using a combination of inside-out body tracking, or IOBT, and full body synthesis, or FBS. It's a powerful display of AI in Meta's Movement SDK, creating full body poses with accurate upper body tracking in real time using only the headset. It's one of the most immersive experiences I've personally had since the first time I tried VR. Seeing my body mirrored in this medieval world opened my mind to endless possibilities. Let's take a look at one example. You're stranded on a ship in the middle of the ocean, forced by pirates to walk the plank. For the first time in my experience, I can lean over the edge and look down without my character walking forward, only to fall off. We use this same technique to allow players to dodge projectiles like arrows in slow motion and punches in hand-to-hand combat by leaning side to side. But Swordsman is about swordplay, and the Movement SDK delivers unprecedented immersion in our genre. As the saying goes, a sword is an extension of your arm, but this is only true if your arm is an extension of your body, and with IOBT, it is. The problem with traditional IK systems is that they inherently make a lot of assumptions about your body and your arms. When you're in a duel, the last thing you want is fake IK arms blocking your view. Now, my arm gets in the way only when my real arm gets in the way, giving me full control and autonomy in engaging my opponents as myself.